Facebook revealing it has uncovered and yanked dozens of fake accounts that were attempting to influence November's midterm elections. Joining us this morning is attorney and cybersecurity expert Leeza Garber. Leeza, welcome back to the National Desk.
Great to see you this morning.
A report from Facebook's parent company Meta says that fake Facebook accounts were impersonating Americans, attacking politicians from both parties, and making divisive posts on issues like abortion and gun rights. How was this discovered, and how many accounts are we talking about here?
All of the social media platforms have had to be more proactive about finding, rooting out misinformation, disinformation campaigns, especially as we approach any kind of election. Right now, as we're coming on the beginning of the midterm election and information being spread on social media platforms and many people using them to get their facts and interact with their friends and social groups, Facebook found that less than 100 Chinese nationalists were using Facebook, creating fake accounts. The way that they found them was really through clumsy mistakes that these people made. They found that most of the posts were being made during 9 to 5 business hours on China's time frame. And then they found mangled English, they found odd combinations of profile pictures and names, and then constantly changing political views as well being expressed.
Who is China targeting? Do we know? And what was the goal here?
While we haven't pinpointed whether it was Chinese government or just nationalists working to further the Chinese agenda, their goal was definitely to sow discourse and problems within the discussion overall of political issues in America, really trying to sow problems for the democratic process as we come upon this midterm election, just to push on hot button issues like abortion, like gun control, like immigration in this country, and really trying to seek out groups that are on the far ends of both the left and right in this country and to cause problems in the discourse and discussions they're having on social media.
So early voting obviously already underway in a lot of states. Do you think that this was caught early enough before any of the misinformation could be widely spread? Was it even enough to be something that would be widely spread?
While this campaign didn't get very far, thankfully, Meta really sought it out early, and all of the social media platforms have been very proactive in trying to seek out misinformation, disinformation from foreign malicious actors working on their platforms. We still don't know. They didn't seem to travel very far or get much traction on the platforms themselves, and Twitter has also been part of this discussion in trying to stop this type of spam activity, this really negative misinformation campaign activity. Still, it showcases two things. It showcases that these social media platforms are working very diligently to upkeep strategic procedures on their platforms against social media misinformation and disinformation. But then also it shows that now we have new players on the scene in terms of trying to sow political problems in this country, and that includes China. Normally, China is really just voicing opinions about American democracy, but now we're seeing them pose as angry Americans trying to sow distrust in our system.
How much different would you say this is from what we saw in, say, the 2016 presidential election? I mean, are these same tactics and players are different?
Excellent question. It's on a much smaller scale, obviously, than the 2016 Russian attacks that we saw on social media platforms trying to spread disinformation, misinformation, and distrust. But it's very similar ideas here, posing as angry Americans, pushing for different agendas, and really just trying to sow discord across the platform. So now it's scary because we're seeing China take part in the activity. And as we've seen, it's really a cheap and easy way to try to sow discord in this country. Unfortunately, it's very easy to create fake accounts. What we see now is that the protocols that Meta and Twitter and TikTok have in place are changing and attempting to be more strategic and proactive. But still, we have to be on the lookout as users.
Yeah. Social media, obviously, a great place to get news. We use it here at T&D to share news. But what should social media users be doing to help them verify something they see online? Or how can they trust that what they're reading is legit?
If you are not a news professional such as yourself and you're just searching around and surfing Facebook or TikTok or Twitter, you need to be careful of what people are posting, what types of information. Are they professionals? Do their posts seem a little odd? Again, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. While social media platforms are tagging some posts as potentially misinformation or factually inaccurate, they can't catch everything. So we need to be aware of who we're watching, who we're listening to, and what we're reading on social media. So we have to be aware consumers of this information.
All right, Leeza Garber joining us this morning on the National Desk. Leeza, thank you so much for your time and your perspective.
Thank you.